Hello everybody, welcome back to Louisiana Homestead. I have a lot of squash coming in. How y'all doing today? Since I have so much squash and zucchini coming in, I just see it fitting that I should naturally make some things with all this squash and zucchini. Well, today I'm going to do a zucchini cake. So let's get right into it. Start with these ingredients I have laid out on the table here. We're going to start first with our eggs. I got 2 large eggs here from my hens. So we're going to add those into our bowl. We're going to use this large bowl to do our wet ingredients in because we're going to add our dry ingredients into this one. So this is the bowl that needs to be the larger bowl. So we're going to do our wet ingredients in it. So there go our 2 eggs. Next, we're going to do 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. To that, we're going to add our sugars. They are actually considered wet ingredients. We've got 3/4 cup of white sugar, and we've got 3/4 cup of brown sugar. We're going to mix these together, get this combined, and then once we get these combined, we're going to mix our dry ingredients together, which doesn't really consist of very much, our dry ingredients. For our dry ingredients, we're going to be using some self-rising flour. You could use plain flour and add in the proper amounts of salt and baking powder, but I'm not doing that. I'm just using the self-rising flour. I find it works very well for this recipe, and it's very easy as well. So when we can, we take shortcuts around here. Okay, this is our dry ingredient bowl. I've got 2 cups of self-rising flour in here, and to it I'm going to add some spices. I have 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and nutmeg. So I'm going to just add those into our dry ingredients, and I'm going to combine those. Just kind of combine them, make sure everything's very well mixed together. Once we get these mixed together, we're going to add them into our wet ingredient bowl, which that's all it took. It's mixed. Here's our wet ingredient bowl, just to show you how it looked when I combined everything that I had put in there. It's just that sugar and oil and eggs. Got 2 kinds of sugar in there, brown sugar and white sugar. And now we're ready to mix in our dry ingredients. So let's start combining those in. I'm just going to go on ahead and add this whole bowl. Oop, got a little flour cloud going. Just going to mix this in very well. And we're also at this time going to add our zucchini. I have 2 cups of grated zucchini. I just passed mine right through the food processor because it works just fine for this recipe. You don't actually have to stand there and grate it with a hand grater. The food processor works perfectly for this, and that's what I chose to use. So that's going to add some moisture also, because there is moisture that comes out of that zucchini whenever you grate it or pass it through a food processor. This does make a rather stiff batter. As you can see, it is a stiff batter. I have my pan oiled up. Here, this is one of these copper chef pans that I'm going to be using today. It's non-stick, but I still put some oil in the bottom of it just in case. So we're going to pour our batter right down into this pan. And it looks and smells divine. When you have fresh zucchini in, why not use it to make whatever you can think of. I'm going to be doing some other recipes with squash today also, and I'll probably film those, but it'll be on a different video. All right, let's get all of that out of there. I don't want to waste any of it. Ingredients are so expensive nowadays. I definitely do not want to waste any of this. Okay, I think we're good. And I'm going to top that with some grated pecans. I actually chop these in the food processor as well. This is about a cup of pecans. You could use walnuts also. You don't have to use pecans, or you could leave it untopped if you don't care for these or don't have any kind of nuts on hand. You really don't even have to use these. So it looks like it's going to take about 3/4 of that cup. Now, like I said, I'm using this Copper Chef pan, and it comes with this little insert that will pre-cut the pieces for me. So when they come out, they should be pre-cut. We're going to see how well that works. I'm not too sure. I've never used it before. So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment here. So I'm going to put this into the oven. It's preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to check it in 30 minutes. So I'll meet you back then. Okay, guys, here we are at 35 minutes, and we are done. Beautiful golden brown, smells delicious, and we're going to do a taste test on them as well. Also, I want to show y'all how they're going to come out of the pan, but they have to cool for a little while. Okay, let's see how this comes out of the pan. Oh, it didn't stick. There's a couple of them that stayed in here, but they'll come right out. You have to be careful with this pan not to use any metal utensils in it because it will scratch easily. But these are going to lift right out, and I'm just going to set them into my bowl. And they look delicious. Nice and moist on the inside. We'll see what they taste like. They're very moist, and they taste delicious. Very good. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all share, like, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all take care of each other. Bye now.